The night was cold, ominous. Snow fell slowly, muffling every sound, as if nature itself was holding its breath. A siren howled above the city, and crimson flashes from police cars tore through the silence. The house, once warm and cozy, was now surrounded by grim faces and bright yellow tape that severed the past from the present. She, just a little cat, stood on the porch, trembling not from the cold, but from horror. One of the detectives approached her silently and held out a photograph. He didn't need to explain. Her eyes said she already understood. It was him, the killer, the one who had taken her love away. She didn't cry. Instead of tears, fury boiled in her chest. Without a moment's hesitation, she got into her old car and drove straight toward the forest, following a trail the police had ignored, but one she could feel deep in her soul. This was her path. The road was slippery, tree branches clawed at the roof like fingers, but nothing could stop her, until the fuel gauge dropped to zero. The engine sputtered and died in the heart of a lifeless, frozen forest. She honked the horn, again and again, hoping someone, anyone, would hear her. No one did. Darkness thickened around her. Sitting alone, she was overwhelmed by memories. How he first kissed her on that very porch, how they laughed under the rain, how he once promised he'd always be there. A promise now reduced to an echo. Teeth clenched, she stepped out into the cold and began to walk, through snow, wind, and silence. Eventually, she found it, a gas station, desolate and forgotten like a lost dream. Her heart raced. She crept forward, found a fuel canister, and began to siphon gas. Just as hope flickered to life, the door creaked. The station manager, a broad, grim figure, stood in the doorway like the ghost of her conscience. He shouted. She bolted. He caught her, slammed her to the ground. Ice bit into her back and the air was knocked from her lungs. It could have ended there, but in that moment, her mind lit up with his image, her love. His eyes filled with warmth. For him, she stood. For him, she chose sin. Flames erupted. Behind her, the station exploded in fire, and she ran through the smoke, wild-eyed, canister in hand. She filled her car, started the engine, and caught a glimpse in the rearview mirror. But it wasn't her. It was a stranger, a creature twisted by grief and rage. Would he have wanted this? Tears finally fell. She turned the car around and drove back to the burning station. She picked up the phone, dialed 911, but never made the call. Instead, she collapsed to the ground, eyes fixed on the flames. And in that fire, she saw the last pieces of who she used to be.